Extreme. Tell me about, why we're here. This is one of the...
Extreme Pizza is one of the local business establishments that's actually always welcomed us in terms of being able to go in there, open carry, and they know that we're perfectly safe. We're law-abiding citizens. Nothing's ever happened while we're in there or in any other business establishment. So yeah, we're welcome here.
For someone who doesn't understand what open carry is, or if they see you with a gun on and they're a little bit freaked out, you are able to explain?
Absolutely. Open carry basically is just any common law-abiding citizen is able to, openly carry a sidearm on their person. Okay, as long as it's unloaded here in the state of California, they can carry loaded ammunition clips on somewhere else in close proximity on their person. And just as long as they don't go into a government building or if they don't go within 1,000 feet of a school zone, then it's perfectly legal to do so.
So tell me, I'm going to have you show me maybe do some zooming in here to show me what you're carrying right now.
This is a 6-hour P220 stainless. It's a 45 caliber handgun.
And on the other side?
And these are loaded magazines that you can load within usually a few seconds if you should need to. If you find yourself facing a violent encounter where you may be forced to defend yourself.
So why would people do this? So some folks say it's kind of like paranoid, ego, attention seeking.
The fact of the matter is, all the social science that's been peer reviewed, if you take a look at it, it shows that the more guns in the hands of law-abiding citizens, even in both a public and a private setting, the lower the violent crime rate is in society. So it's basically we look at it purely from a factual standpoint. If we can help to benefit by lowering the violent crime rate in society, then that makes the job easier for the police officers, makes the society safer in general. So why not? It's a better idea, and also people who are generally concerned about their own personal security, they at least have an effective means to defend themselves should they be faced with a violent criminal act. Because you can never predict when a violent criminal is going to come and either rob you or assault you or try to do things that are even worse than that.
But your gun has to be unloaded.
It has to be unloaded, yes.
So how could you defend yourself if some situation erupts in an Extreme Pizza or whatever?
Usually what you can do is if you're faced with a situation where you feel that your life is threatened, then within a few seconds you can load your weapon and have it ready and available should you need to employ it to defend yourself.
What about people who say you're not trained to do that and that you could actually increase the danger for the general public?
Well, the thing is, if you take a look at real-life news stories that happen across the entire country, that's an argument that has not stood up to be, true. If you look at time after time after time again, lawful defensive gun use is, it's the reality that happens 4,109 times every single day in this country. Okay? It's an average of 4,109 times according to our own federal government. So, this is based off of a study conducted during actually the very anti-gun Clinton administration, where they found...
I don't think anybody wants criminals to have guns, but I think they're not necessarily convinced that law-abiding citizens with guns make anybody safer, since, again, you don't have the law enforcement training to know how, when, under what circumstances to fire.
Well, the thing is, lawful defensive gun use, over 90% of all lawful defensive gun use does not occur. There's no discharging of the weapon whatsoever. Usually, if somebody sees that you've got a weapon, they usually go and seek a softer target. There's no reason for them to, try to either rob you or assault you, or even worse, if they see that you're armed and there are softer targets around you that are not.
So you're saying you're a deterrent?
Exactly, it's a deterrent effect, and that's why the violent crime rate is lower in society.
Now, why do you think this meeting is getting so much attention? You meet all the time, don't you?
Exactly. We have weekly meetings up and down the entire state of California. Not once has a violent incident ever occurred at any one of these meetings, or even since the state's inception, when open carry has been legal, ever since California's been founded.
So this meeting coming up Saturday, is there anything distinctive about it?
We're doing community service related, events. For instance, the Toys for Tots drive that we're going to be doing concurrently with the, with the meeting that we're having. And we're also encouraging people who are going to be attending this meeting to do to donate blood at a blood drive at the local Red Cross just down the street from that location.
Now, the critics would say that these are just afterthoughts to sort of try to grab good PR.
Well, I mean, the thing is, as much as they say that it's an instance where it's an attempt to grab good PR, we take a look at our political opposition, and we don't see them doing really anything that's going to benefit the community. When they do fundraisers to benefit themselves. But if you take a look at open carry events, we do community service related events all the time. Beach cleanups, we do this Toys for Tots, blood drive. It's all community service, and we're up to this point we really haven't done many fundraisers to benefit ourselves. It's really all about giving back to the community.
And the other complaint I heard is that it's inappropriate to do a toy drive around guns or gun friendly, because it kind of lures and some people don't think that weaponry should be toys, or the two should mix in some respect. No.
Well, the toys that are going to be donated, none of them are firearms related or anything like that. In fact, the Toys for Tots specifically rejects any toys that are firearms related. But as far as where those toys come from, I don't think it really makes any difference from just as long as they do it with goodwill and with the holiday spirit in their heart. I think it doesn't make a difference where these toys come from.
Anything else? I mean, I promised to make it quick. It's Thanksgiving. I'm sure you've got better things to do. But do you think we covered it? Do you have anything else you want to add?
No, I think we're in good shape.
Yeah. Okay. I just was curious why this one got on the radar. Is it just because of a little been dueling on the internet, or what?
Yeah, there's been dueling on the internet. The Brady campaign has this year. What they're doing is they're bringing back the anti-open carry bill actually this year, and so what they're trying to do is they're trying to gear up the response for that and protest open carry events this year.
Well, the other thing they're doing is they're asking nations to not to ban weapons on the property,
right,
as they have pressured other businesses to do.
Right.
So does nations seem pretty solid?
Yeah, well, we've talked to nations, and they haven't, given us any indication that we won't be allowed to eat there at their establishment on Saturday. So yeah, as far as I know, we're completely welcome at their establishment, for our event.
Have you met at nations before?
We have, absolutely, on the 14th. November 14th, just.
Okay, and that went fine, and there weren't any problems.
No,
so then,
no problems.
so they shouldn't. Is nations as is that a local manager decision, or is this a chain? Does the corporate have to be cool with it?
I actually sent a letter to respond to the Brady campaign protest for us, to both the corporate management and also to the store manager at that Nations in Pleasant Hill. So I'm not sure who's ultimately going to make the decision, but it looks like so far, based on the fact that they've both received the letter, it's been in their possession for more than a week, and we haven't received any indication that they're going to ban us from the property, that it's just going to continue to go on. And actually, even if you take a look at establishments, for instance, such as Starbucks, last year they've decided to stick by the law and not ban open carry on their premises. They actually had a record profitable year in a very dire economic situation that we're facing as a nation. So it is.
Now, walking around, would you not be inclined to pull your gun out of the holster?
I would not be able to do that because that would be brandishing. That is against the law.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, that is against the law.
So even if someone wants to see it,
Cannot.
wants to, they want to admire it, you don't do that.
No, not at all. Not at all. It's, I
and
cannot.
it feels natural to you to walk around with it, and I've talked to you in the past. It's not.
Yeah, I don't feel uncomfortable with it at all. Most people who open carry are completely comfortable open carrying every day. In fact, they feel a little bit uncomfortable when they don't have, they're not properly armed. So.
And when you say bring back open carry, the law that was being proposed was going to ban it even in the way that it's conducted now.
Yes,
right?
Exactly.
But I thought that the U.S. Supreme Court ruling kind of bolstered the open carry arguments.
Absolutely.
That local law cannot usurp and that kind of thing.
Exactly. That is absolutely 100% correct. Based on the Heller decision in 2008, also the McDonald decision in 2010, just in June. Constitutional carry, which is open carry, is something that the highest court in the land has upheld.
Is it Saldana?
Lori Saldana, Assemblywoman Lori Saldana, out of